Hey, good morning, guys. I'm just going to go over the PowerPoint that you'll find in Wednesday's or Tuesday's module. Sorry. Um, so hold on, let me start this. Okay, so I'm just briefly going to go back over film analysis. Now, we have already talked about this a little bit, so this is just a recap. And I'm going to give you a handout, and then a lot of my things that I put in here, because this is such a massive PowerPoint, these things are not coming back in. So what I have done is I have created a page where you can go in and look at, like, let's say you want to do a reverse shot. Like, there's a video in there that'll show you, like, what exactly a reverse shot is, okay? But I'll put that in today's module as well. All right, so just starting with the basics. Shot, continuous unedited piece of film of any length. It's just the word you use is a shot, okay? So it's the continuous footage or sequence between two edits or between two cuts. In other words, when a director yells out cut, like you just created a shot, okay? We know what a scene is. We know what scenes are mainly because, like, episodes. So we're very familiar with what scenes are. And in Looking for Alaska, you are kind of creating your own scene. It's a series of shots put together that tell a mini narrative. Okay, that's what you're pinpointing out to go with your symptoms. Montage. You may see this in something that's trying to express to you time, like shrinkage of time. Okay, so it's a lot of shots, often with jump cuts, so it kind of like makes you feel like, one, you've been up all night, or two, you've driven through a long journey. It compresses time. That's what a montage is. Parallel action, that's where you have something happening at the same time. So you may have something where it's talking about Alaska's last moments, and then what's happening to Pudge at the same time. It's where you're actually able to see at the same time what's happening to one character and what's happening to another character. All right, close-ups, I feel like you're going to use this a lot. That shows, usually it's the face, but sometimes it will just narrow down on something more specific like an eye possibly. With close-ups, it's important to kind of think about, why is it showing me this close up? Am I supposed to notice the creases or the sweat on the forehead? Or, what's the reasoning for really just closing in on this particular subject? And then extreme close up is something like an eye or, a book of Alaska's or something like that. Okay, so close-ups you're probably going to use a good bit. A long shot gives you the entire body, and what it really does is it tells you what else is happening. It gives you like the background as well. Lots of reasons for long shots, to kind of give you part of the story without telling you or have someone narrate it. And it's also like this, in this particular Salem's Lot, it gives like a real imposing figure. So there are lots of different reasons why a long shot might be used. Medium shot, like Titanic, gives you background information at the same time, but it still focuses in on a subject. Not much like a close-up, but very similar, and it does give you some background as well. And then we look at this, extreme close-up. This is a close-up. This would be your mid shot or medium shot and a long shot. Okay. And guys, really, you are kind of manipulating these film devices to show what you want them to show. Okay. So be creative in the way that you explain them and the way that you use them. Tracking shot, which is also a dolly shot, that is just where you have a moving camera. Okay. So you're moving along with the characters. What it does, really simple, it makes you feel like you're in it. Like you are a part, you are a character, you are a part of this life. Reverse shot, this is the cool part, because if you tried to take a picture or take any kind of film of someone talking to each other and you're just like full on front at them, you're not going to get any kind of reaction. So a reverse shot shows you talking, and then it might flip over and reverse to the other character so you can see their reaction or what they say in return. So reverse shots are very helpful with conversation. So it's usually when dialogue is used. Subjective shot, this is where you see what the character is seeing. Okay, so POV shots are really cool because, again, you are kind of in the character's body. You're getting to see what they see for the very first time. Okay, I think the ring, this recapture shows you a bunch of different shots at one time. Okay, camera movement. When you have pan, that goes, if you watch this video, it goes from one graveyard grave to the next to the next. Okay, so pan is, it moves alongside the action, but it's not moving. Okay, it's remaining stationary. It's a suspense builder, really. Tilt, that's up and down. Okay, so that's where you start maybe from the top of something and you go down to it, or you start at the bottom and you go up to the top. Again, kind of a suspense builder. Camera angles, we're kind of familiar with this one, low and high angle. So this one, you can see this is a high angle shot, like the camera is way above him, makes him look small, vulnerable, defeated, and the fact that he's got blood all over him as well. Here, low angle, meaning your camera is below her face, makes her look bigger, makes that knife look ginormous. Okay, so again, it shows dominance or power. So low and high angles you probably will see often in the clips that you choose. And these are just some more examples. Okay, sound, anything that you hear in the background. So we're kind of already experts with the series of Looking for Alaska because we've looked at a lot of songs. So you already may be familiar with songs that you hear during a clip, and you can always use that to kind of showcase your symptom. We're talking about a racing mind or impulsive thoughts. If the song during the scene that you pick is really hyped up and loud and crass or moves fast, tempo, all of that would work, okay? Sound effects, think about any sound effects. A little different with ours since we're a drama, not really an action movie, but any sounds you hear would work. Let's look at lighting. Key lighting, remember that. It's just the main light. Sometimes it's fake light, but it's the light that lights up a scene. So in scary movies, of course, lighting is so important because it creates shadows. So if there's something going on with Alaska that's not good, like let's say she's irritable, and the lighting is shadowy, that's important. Okay, that emphasizes your negative characteristic. High key, remember this is what usually if you're into makeup, all those commercials are going to use high key lighting because it makes you look good. So if you're talking about mania with Alaska and you're talking about when she's really up, look at the lighting. Is it brighter than normal? Low key, that's just when it's dark and shadowy. Okay, so think about if you use any kind of scenes around her suicide or non-suicide or death, check out the lighting. Fill light, again, that's just used to fill in the shadows. Just notice the lighting, and then what does it make you think, or what do you think it's telling or trying to show the viewer? Okay. Examples of fill light. Backlight, super scary. But this is usually for horror movies. But again, like any scene you use, don't omit the light. See or lack of light. Okay. Lack of music too. Like if there's a scene where there's no sound effects, no noise, no music, think what that tells you about the scene as well. See, so many ways for you to show how your characteristic is being emphasized. Backlighting, general lighting. Okay, so ambient lighting. This is natural. If there's natural light, what does that tell you? What could that mean? Down lighting, again, scary movies, but still, it just makes some pretty powerful shadows. Uplighting, of course, we did this all in the closet when we were little, trying to scare people, but it again, really hard shadows, but it's just going upward. Spotlight, are there any times when Alaska is spotlighted? All right, and then we're going to practice. Okay, so that, guys, is just an overview of some of the things. Now, I will put in today's module on Tuesday, I will put this PowerPoint in there, and do realize that I don't have what I'm supposed to have, like the videos, but I will have, let's see if I can find it. I think I got out of it. Okay, anyway, it does not matter. On today, you will see this, and you will see a list of different videos. Like if you want to do a subjective, a POV shot, and you want to know more about it, there will be a video associated with that. Okay. And I did find a few film clips of Alaska from like YouTube, and I tried to compile them on a page, and I'll put that in there as well. Though you're probably going to have to go through Hulu and pick a scene and then view it that way. Okay. All right. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I hope you are still working on your outlines. Please do not let that go. Now that you know film terms, you can just keep working on film terms with the scenes and characteristics you've chosen. Okay. All right. See y'all tomorrow.